Welcome to the most must-watch WSUW YouTube channel in history. Welcome to First Round KO.
Enjoy the program.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is
Howard J. Dingers. And this is 3 Count Review.
welcome everyone to Smackdown Live.
Smackdown Live Edition. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Howard Dingers, and welcome to 3 Count Review, the SmackDown Live Edition, presented by First Round KO. Today I am joined in studio by Tom First.
Hello.
Tyler Job.
Bonjour.
Callahan Steed.
Konnichiwa.
And Little Tyler, and I forget how to pronounce your last name.
Scheuerman.
What is it?
Scheuerman.
Scheuerman.
It's all right, I did it for you.
Scheuerman. First time on the show for you. First time that I've had 4 people. So
For SmackDown, believe it or not.
right.
For the B show.
I beg to differ.
6-1.
Ratings.
Stop.
But yeah, how did everyone, for those who watched, Tom,
I watched the part that mattered.
how did you guys enjoy SmackDown this week? We'll start here.
Well, you know, much better than Raw. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
I love
Cal?
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, a lot better than Raw. Like,
I would say a lot better than even SmackDown last week. Just better WWE TV in general.
yeah, I mean, like, you literally couldn't. It's not that hard to beat Raw, but just, expectations were just so low from what Raw said, and I was like, clearly hit him. So good job, SmackDown.
Yeah,
Tyler?
SmackDown, it's just exciting to watch. I mean, there's so many things just going on. I mean, you got that a good feud in like Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Now, I mean, Asuka coming to the main event picture, like, didn't see that coming. That's like a dream match. I mean, for any wrestling fan that likes wrestling, you know, you got the 3 best right there.
Exactly. So we are actually going to start with that first. I'm going to start, we're going to do like the biggest newsworthy thing first, and then do the rest of the review. So we're going to start with the main event. And I guess we have to start with the beginning of the show to get to the main event, so that kind of foils my plan. But so the show opened up with Paige in the ring. She announced the return of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch comes out to obviously a huge reaction.
The man.
The man. New Titantron, new video and everything.
Oh, really?
Perfect. Just says the man. And it says the man on either side. Becky, it's perfect.
No video, just the man.
It's perfect. It's perfect. She called herself the hottest thing in wrestling. She's not wrong. And she noted that she went to Raw and fighted and bled, but she wasn't allowed to compete. Instead, she had to watch Charlotte step up in her shadow and face Ronda Rousey. And then she called out Charlotte. So Charlotte comes out, and basically, Becky accused Charlotte of being Becky, but then Charlotte accused Becky of being her father, Ric Flair. So then everyone...
What?
Yeah. So, like, Becky was like, okay, you stole my gimmick. But Charlotte was like, yeah, but you stole my father's gimmick.
Because she's the man.
Because she's the man. That's why she calls herself the man, because she beat Charlotte. And in order to beat the man, in order to be the man, you have to beat the man.
Yeah.
That's why, exactly. So there's a whole lot of that going on.
16-time world champion.
Charlotte said that when at Survivor Series, she didn't fight for Becky, she fought for herself. Literally last week on SmackDown, she said that she fought for Becky. Last week didn't matter.
Apparently not.
Any sense.
Dude, nothing matters anymore
Nothing
in
mattered.
WWE.
Survivor
Nothing
Series didn't matter. Raw didn't matter. And and then SmackDown, they changed their plans from Survivor Series, but now they're changing their plans again.
Maybe she changed her mind.
I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
You know what? I actually did it for myself.
I have to admit that Charlotte, because she is actually heel this week, even though she was kind of babyface last week, I think they changed again, and she was heel this week. I enjoyed her a lot more. I just think Charlotte's a better heel than
Oh, yeah.
anything.
Much
so
better.
She's really good at
Much
that.
better.
yeah, so that's why people aren't excited because we were getting Becky and Charlotte, and yeah, they threw Asuka in, which helps a lot. But I was excited for the one-on-one match because we haven't seen this dynamic of babyface, the man Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, the heel Charlotte. So I was actually excited for that. But now throwing in this other element, I'm very excited. Let's see here. I gotta find where I am. Flair noted Nia Jax must have hit Lynch really hard because she's acting like Rick. And then Charlotte teased an encounter with Ronda at TLC, which I have some predictions going into that match. That match could be very interesting. And then Paige said no one has the passion and desire that Flair or Becky does. And then she announced Lynch versus Flair in the first ever women's TLC match.
Awesome. Perfect.
Awesome.
Perfect timing.
It's like my favorite
So
match.
because she said that no
I
one
would
else
think
had,
that would have happened with like Lita.
you would think.
Not as much emphasis back then.
She's been in them.
But Paige said that no one else had the passion of these two. This brought out the heels of SmackDown. Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Zelina Vega, and the Iconics. And Rose did the talking. She was offended that Paige said that no one else has Flair's passion or desire. And she said that anyone on that SmackDown roster could have done to Ronda what Charlotte did.
Agree.
I kind of do agree because Charlotte cheated and used the thing and then
She
beat her
didn't
up with
win,
that.
so, like-
Anyone could have.
Anybody
But-
could have lost.
Which yeah, it's weird. But then this brought out Naomi, Asuka, Carmella, and Lana. The fans, Naomi was on the mic and everyone was cheering, but then the cheering quickly turned into Asuka chants, so everyone was cheering for Asuka and not Naomi. Really funny. She actually agreed with Rose, saying, "Yeah, all of us deserve a title shot. We could have beat up Ronda too." And Lynch said, "Why don't you all just line up? I'll knock the heads off of each and every one of you." And I was like, "Yes, gauntlet match, let's go."
You just love the man.
That'd be wild.
So then Paige announced that the main event will be a battle royal, and the winner will be added to the TLC match to make it a triple threat.
That's exciting.
This was a very good opening to Raw.
Yes.
Or to SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Would have been a good
Raw's
opening.
too
to
much
Raw.
in your head.
Raw is just, it's infected my brain. No, this was a really good opening. I didn't like that it was another battle royal because it seems like there's a lot of women battle royal, especially in 2018.
Yep.
But
What other way is there to do it, really? Like a tournament? But that takes weeks.
one night tournament.
What? Yeah, but what about the other superstars then? Where are they going to go?
I don't know, man. There's other ways to do it. I mean,
This
they
is
could have just
this
done.
is better than with like the women's evolution battle royal. The gripe for that was it was an all women pay-per-view dedicated to the women. They
Right.
just shoved a bunch of in storyline.
Right.
Here it's just a simple SmackDown, and I kind of like what they did because everyone got showcased some time. And then a battle royal, no one looks weak at all. Except for
Right.
like the first person that gets eliminated, and everyone can look good in their spots.
Who,
so.
Zelina.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
that's fine.
Which
what-
kind of
what is
sucked,
she
but
doing?
like
That's great.
She's a
Nothing.
manager.
Yeah.
That actually kind of set up a Lana thing. So, all right, let's get
I
into
have
the
a
actual.
creative idea.
Yes.
Since we're talking about tournaments, Queen of the Ring,
Oh,
That's a good
King of the Ring,
I kind of like that.
the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring.
Make it happen.
So yeah, going to the Battle Royal, this main event of the show towards the end, and it was Carmella, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Zelina Vega, Lana, Asuka, and Naomi. Becky and Charlotte were at ringside. Like I said, Zelina got eliminated first, and Lana rolled under the bottom rope, and they kind of fought. So I think they're gonna set up Andrade versus Rusev again, do an actual. But Rusev also, I don't know. There's some
Isn't there,
interest.
like, that Shinsuke
Maybe it's
thing
just
going on?
Lana and Zelina. Who knows? Maybe it's nothing.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Lana tried to dump out the Iconics, but then they got her out. I guess it's not. Everything else really isn't too important. So the last two was Asuka and Sonya Deville.
Yep.
I started to get worried because I've heard rumors that they want to protect Sonya and actually push her, which I wouldn't mind, but I wanted Asuka in this thing. And I think they know that. I think they know that we think that, or that, like people think that, so that they put Sonya in that spot to give us doubt or something. I think they booked this really well because when Mandy Rose got eliminated, she stayed out there and tried to help Sonya win.
Yep.
So there was that really good tension, a really good drama between the two. And they eventually started trading blows on the apron, both over the top rope. So Whoever fell lost. They both kicked each other like in the shoulder, in the chest. They both kind of fell. It was really cool. Sonya then went for, let's see here, if I can find the end here. Oh yeah, Sonya went for a running knee on the apron, but Asuka caught her and hit her own knee and eliminated Sonya Deville. So Asuka is now added to the first ever women's TLC match. This is great, and I hope that this is a resurgence of Asuka's career. I think it could be. Especially because of my fantasy booking that I have in my head. But
She could come with the title. I mean, they could do that. You know,
yeah.
maybe one like Charlotte or Becky could win the Royal Rumble. I mean,
Yeah.
that's an
So
option.
short story, to make a long story short, my fantasy thing is during the match, Nia Jax costs Becky while she's at the top of the ladder, comes and punches her in the face. Then they can do that match at Royal Rumble. I mean, obviously you'd have to be safe with it, but you could do that. That
one thing I
kind of
know
protects. That
Nia
protects Becky.
Jax is that she's safe.
She's not. That protects Becky, and then you can have either Charlotte or Asuka win. I would put it on Asuka because then you can go into WrestleMania, Asuka versus Charlotte, do that again, but with the title on Asuka this time.
Wow.
And then you have Becky. Can you imagine the pop when Becky wins the Royal Rumble and goes and faces Ronnie at Wrestle? I'm just saying, I think it's really good. I think it feels like that's the direction they're going. So I hope that's what they do. I hope they do something along those lines. But I have a lot of faith in this. But yeah, what did you guys think of the Battle Royal and the Asuka edition? Tom, we'll start with you.
I guess my opinion is just that it's exciting, but I hope it works out in a way where it becomes Asuka Becky and not Charlotte. I don't know. I'm still oversaturated on Charlotte, I guess, in my opinion.
Fair.
So, like, with Becky rising up and everything, I was so excited. Like, yay, they're following through. I want something new. But then they continued with Charlotte, Becky.
I mean, they could
And
still
it's-
give Becky the rematch. Her rematch clause.
Yeah. But again, Asuka, Becky,
Right.
not Charlotte, Becky. But yeah, it's exciting for Asuka to finally, like, get put in something again after both Royal Rumble winners lost. So I'm hoping for a huge build pretty soon here and a push towards WrestleMania.
Which,
Especially, like, SmackDown I think will be fine and they'll do it, but Raw definitely needs to catch up with something here. SmackDown has better people, and right now, especially the women's division, it kind of seems like they're a little oversaturated because they
Which
just
isn't the
you
worst
have
thing.
3 main players and then people that could get there, and I just don't want them to continue being overshadowed.
Which is why I think they should do the cross promotional stuff.
Yeah, I liked it, and you said it, KO. I told myself after Asuka's victory, it's like, all right, this could be it. This could be the resurgence of Asuka's career, and I think this is going to be. I think, yeah, she's a dark horse. She's going to be taking on 2 of the figuratively hottest women in the company right now, in Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. But I would not be completely surprised if she won the title in that TLC match because I think Ronda Rousey and Vince McMahon decided to have Rousey take on Becky Lynch at WrestleMania.
I think so.
So they're going to do a huge build for that. And Becky Lynch does not need to be a title holder. Becky Lynch needs to be the chaser in that. And Ronda Rousey needs to be the title holder.
and I
That's what
think
they're
it
going to do.
works. I think it works
that works
really
the
well.
best.
Only if
And
Becky wins.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to happen too.
Yeah.
I think Becky Lynch is going to overcome Ronda Rousey because either her or Charlotte Flair fit the mold to be Ronda Rousey. And I think it's going to be Becky Lynch. But yeah, this is great for Asuka. I'm happy for her. She deserves it. I think this is going to lead to a resurgence for Asuka.
I think WWE has actually listened to their fans
I was
recently.
just going to say that. They
because
just listened to their fans
They've
yesterday.
been cheering. Asuka has been booked into obscurity, and they still the fans still cheer her. She got a huge pop the last couple weeks after
Yep.
doing nothing, and I think WWE hears that, and I think they're actually acting on that now.
And I think why it's happened is because she was booked so dominant when she got first called up, and fans were like, okay, yeah, Asuka, she's gonna win.
But now we want her to.
So
Another
because she kept losing, which was smart on Vince's part.
And another thing with that is, like, I was kind of thinking about it too, is she's booked so dominant. If she had won at WrestleMania and got a title, she's not dropping that title for a while.
Right.
So it's just kind of.
So she would have been.
I understand.
She would have been more ejected.
I just thought she would have been more important.
Cal?
Continuing forward.
I liked it. Just really like how the final four consisted of Sonya, Mandy Rose, Naomi, and Asuka. I think those are like the four best women when you go down the ladder outside of Charlotte and Becky. And everyone looks good in that spot. Sonya Deville looked really impressive, I thought, too. I think whoever wins at TLC for the... there's obviously a pay-per-view or two in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. I would definitely be okay with Sonya getting a crack at whoever wants it. Or you can even do something like Naomi if you want to build... if you don't want to waste a spot of Sonya.
Yeah.
SmackDown Live has a lot of depth right now in their women's division, and I'm looking forward to see where it's going, and I hope... as you said, like Becky versus Ronda at WrestleMania would be insane. Charlotte versus Asuka was an excellent match. I mean,
a rematch with the role reversed, I think, would be fresh and interesting.
with
Especially
Asuka as the
without
heel.
Asuka's losing streak or her winning streak, basically in the line. I think it makes it a lot more interesting. You know.
I mean, like they really can't go wrong with whoever. So.
I think it's awesome. I mean, really exciting. I mean, Asuka just coming back on her comeback road late in the year. That's great. I mean, now it's like she's like another element of kind of like unpredictability that comes with this triple threat TLC match. You know, you do have the no disqualification. People can interfere and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's exciting. It's honestly like a 2K fantasy triple threat that you got going here. The best of the best right now. The best three women on the roster, and I don't know what to expect. I mean, anything could happen. Any of those women, I think, might come out of the belt. I mean, don't sleep on Asuka though. I'm picking her to win because I think like a lot of people are just gonna see like Becky and like Charlotte, like okay, those are the two main people. But I think they're like gonna like focus on fighting each other at the match, and Asuka's gonna find somehow to win that match, and then that's maybe can, I don't know, spew another directions for both Becky and Charlotte, like you said, KO, with your fantasy kind of idea, which is awesome. But it's really exciting. It really is.
This has sparked my interest in WWE until Royal Rumble because I was really ready to just coast into Royal Rumble, but now I'm just super excited for TLC all of a sudden. Like the whole card even looks good.
That pick is going to be difficult.
That pick is going to be very difficult.
It's
going to decide our title.
And it's also very interesting. Like like sometimes we get disappointed of like how fast a superstar drops off the shelf, but it's actually kind of cool how fast a superstar can rise. Because Asuka literally a week ago was not doing anything, and now she's extremely relevant again.
Yeah,
like, it is kind of amazing how they do that stuff.
It is. All right, back to the rest of the review. First match of the night, we had the Usos and the Bar, which was supposed to be an open challenge, but then they announced that it was the Usos. I don't know, weird. But I'm always
they excluded New Day, so like had to beat the Usos.
I'm all for this feud. The Usos are fantastic. I think they can have a good match with anyone, and the Bar we've seen can put on good matches too. So I'm very excited for this feud. Usos got the non-title win, the clean win too. I believe Cesaro just kept hitting Jimmy Uso out of the air. Anytime Jimmy tried to do a flying anything, Cesaro was just there with an uppercut. It was
especially there at the end where he caught that frog splash.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It was amazing.
It reminds me of like Kurt Angle back in like the mid 2000s when he used to like do all those uppercuts and stuff.
It was just amazing. It ended with Jimmy giving a super kick and Jay hit the splash for the win. So
who took the pin?
Cesaro.
I think it was Cesaro.
Yeah. Which I don't know how much I actually like the challengers getting a title shot because they won, because then it's like, why would I want to watch the match type of thing where they've already, I don't know. But this was a good match, and I'm excited for the feud, like I said. Anyone want to throw anything in on this one?
Just kind of reminds me of older SmackDown, where you just have like non-title matches with tag teams, and then all of a sudden non-title victory leads to title shot, and then kind of starts the feud that way, which is cool that they're kind of going back to that, because that was always exciting, because you never expected the non-championship team to win.
Right.
So now Big Show is not a part of the Bar, or is Big Show a part of the Bar?
I completely forgot about this. So, before the match, they showed a backstage segment with the Sheamus and Cesaro arguing with Big Show that he wasn't helping enough in their matches, specifically last week in the Thanksgiving fight, whatever they called it. and they kept arguing, and Cesaro got in his face and like pointed at him, and then he pulled Big Show's strap and like let go, and then Big Show KO punched Cesaro in the locker room, which looked terrible, but then as Big Show left, Sheamus just said, "Oh, we don't need you anyway. We're better without you. You're out of the bar." So Big Show's just done.
Wait,
Big
so
Show
what happened
got-
to Big Show? Did he get hurt or something?
I have no idea.
Or maybe,
And
maybe he'll go join the Usos now or something.
Big Show got kicked out of the bar. Dun-dun-ts.
Hey, for those counting, in Big Show's WWE career, this is now his 33rd
Heel turn.
heel/face turn.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I mean, both
I don't know what you want me to be, Mom.
I don't mind this at all that it was a backstage segment because I didn't care in the first place. So
I kind of really didn't either.
I'm glad he's out of there. And the loss actually makes storyline sense because we don't need you. We're better without you. And then they lost. So it actually kind of makes a little sense. Now they have to figure out how to win without Big Show, even though they...
Big Show should just retire.
I agree. Backstage, we had the New Day watching a video and laughing. The Miz walks up and Wood says that this is Miz's best work. And Miz goes, "Oh, I didn't know you guys were fans of the Marine." And and Miz
I love
Xavier, best line of the night, says, "Oh, no, we're not watching The Marine starring Becky Lynch."
Yeah. Just totally dumped on this right there.
That's a running gag in SmackDown that it's The Marine starring Becky Lynch. It's beautiful. No, they said that they were watching his tag team match with Shane McMahon from last week, and New Day pointed out that their team won at Survivor Series, but Miz didn't. Miz said that their win didn't count, especially because they got pinned and they got eliminated. It was the Usos that actually won. And he was going to ask Shane for a match with them later, so we'll come back to that. AJ Styles came back down to the ring. He said it's been 14 days since he lost the championship, but those 14 days have felt longer than the 371 days that he held the belt. Good line. He's more bothered by how he lost than losing itself. Showed the footage of Daniel Bryan with the low blow. He knew when... this was a stupid line. He said, I knew that when I became champion, there would be a target on my back, but I didn't know the target could move somewhere else. And look down at his crotch.
It's WWE humor.
I don't know if he's referencing just that, or if it's the whole Shinsuke thing, the whole 2018. But that stupid line.
I enjoy it. It makes sense.
I don't know, it's weird.
It makes sense.
Styles said that Bryan's explanation is BS, and he didn't want to wait till TLC, and he called Bryan out. The fans broke into a yes chant, but then Styles said, "Just kidding, I know Bryan isn't here." And in my mind, I was like, why did you challenge him to a fight if you knew he wasn't? Whatever.
To get the pop.
He said that Bryan is pulling a page from the Raw champion because he wasn't here this week. He wasn't at the house shows. He's been watching too much Raw, he says. But
I
that was good. That was good. Styles said he's never missed a SmackDown or a title defense.
True.
He never missed a SmackDown. That's not true. I mean, he literally was not there last week.
I think he's talking about during his title reign.
Huh?
During his title reign. I don't think he ever missed a
Oh,
SmackDown.
probably. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he meant.
That's what he's talking about. I think.
That's fair. He'll see Bryan at TLC and told him to bring his dreams and excuses, but more importantly, to bring the title. Why wouldn't he? This Styles promo is not very good.
I forgot it. You won the title, but where is the title?
You'll have to come to my house to get it. We'll set a meeting up.
Sets up.
Yeah, Styles just promised to beat Bryan. Anyone want to add anything? This wasn't a very good promo in my opinion.
No, it
shouldn't make
wasn't.
promises
Really,
you can't keep.
Samoa Joe's was better.
Oh, Samoa Joe's was amazing.
Hardy.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Styles though was short and sweet, and I like that.
Yeah, I would have preferred him to have like a quick squash match against someone, like a local guy, just quick phenomenal forearm or quick Styles Clash win, just to kind of get that a little momentum back, show how dominant he can be, and then maybe cut a quick promo. I don't know.
Give him
He
a
showed
break.
he
He's
showed
old.
off the aggressive side of Styles though that I like too. So
Yeah,
Give AJ a break. He's old. He's 41. Give him a week off.
true.
No.
I forget about that.
I mean, I thought the promo was all right, but the thing is with AJ Styles is that he's just so popular with the audience.
True.
It doesn't really matter
Yeah.
what his promo's like because he's going to get cheered crazily anyway. So
The commentators then
He has to face
talked
it around his
about they talked about Lars Sullivan. Tom Phillips called him a game changer and that he's the hottest free agent in wrestling today.
Debatable.
Have you heard of Hulk Hogan?
All I know is that Cody and
Hottest
the Young
free
Bucks.
agent.
I just-
Cody and
Talking-
the Young Bucks are free agents.
Hottest
soon.
free agent. John Cena. Hello. He's technically a free agent.
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Lars Sullivan,
Free
a
agent.
top 10 free agent.
Hey, there you go.
He's top 10.
Next, we had what was supposed to be a United States champion. Oh, no, not a championship match. I was reading that wrong. It was supposed to be just a normal match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev. But while Rusev was making his entrance, Nakamura already in the ring, attacked Rusev from behind before the bell rang and
Got him.
hit Rusev with a Kinshasa and then left.
KO.
Actual feud for Shinsuke. Yay!
Something for Rusev to
Unless
do,
he does
too.
the same thing as someone else next week.
Why does it have to be Rusev?
At least it gives
not?
Rusev something to do.
Yeah, it gives Rusev something to
gives
do.
both of them something to do.
Written off.
Rusev's barely on TV, has been on TV since the whole Aiden English thing. By the way, where's Aiden English?
He I would like to point out he was standing in the back for when we get to Jeff Hardy's thing.
Was he there?
Yeah, he was there like clapping. It was funny. I was looking at like all the people that were there. I was like, hey, there! Oh my God, it's Aiden English.
Just give him something to do. Please, he was really good in that feud. Yeah, I'm excited for Nakamura Rusev. They're actually giving them a feud. Then we have the Hardy celebration, which the math is completely wrong on the Hardy celebration, if anyone wants to know.
Oh,
Why?
it was
When did
what,
he start?
20 years or something?
They said it was a 20-year celebration.
In
He signed and wrestled under a different name in 1994,
Because he was.
but it wasn't Jeff Hardy, so I understand that. But their first Hardy Boys match was in 1997.
Okay. Yeah, because he was like 16 when he was wrestling on
Yeah.
WWE in like the mid 90s.
Yikes, dude.
So.
Also, someone made a comparison because obviously Jeff was in WWE, left, and came back.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you were dating a girl for 12 years, you broke up, you dated another girl for another 8 years, and then you came back to that first girl for another year, would you be like, oh, we've been dating for 20 years. Yay, happy 20th anniversary.
Well, was it advertised as 20 years of WWE or just 20 years of Jeff Hardy wrestling?
I think it was 20 years of Jeff Hardy. So,
Um,
like, yes, I get it.
I don't know.
But the math is still wrong on that. But anyway, WWE
Well,
does what
20
they want.
is nicer
Also-
than 21.
The moderator for this segment was Michael Cole.
Isn't he on Raw?
They have commentators in the back. They have people that are on SmackDown.
They
Yeah,
could have had like Jerry Lawler do it
Yeah, Mike
because
Rome.
like
Good old JR show up again.
yeah, like
he's commentating for another promotion.
well JR does still show up for
Right.
I
He's
mean
still technically under contract, I guess. But anyway, the
Yeah.
entire roster was on the ramp. There were pictures of Jeff Hardy throughout his career in the ring. Cole introduced Hardy, and then they showed a fantastic video package showing Jeff Hardy's career. Just amazing.
They missed
WWE's
the extremely well done match between him and Sting in TNA.
WWE's just really good at video packages. I'm ignoring what Tom just said.
could you imagine that's the
There
video
actually are
package
really
they
good
show.
matches of him in TNA that would have been really cool to show.
Jeff said he couldn't believe he did half of the crazy stuff that was in that video thing.
Could you imagine? That's the video they show. Here's Jeff Hardy's greatest moments.
And he's just
It's him stumbling
high
to the ring
out
at
of his
TNA.
mind.
Uh,
Ref throws up the X in Sting's entrance.
He said he loved how he could be the charismatic enigma in WWE, and he's faced the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. He thanked his family for sticking by, the fans chanted "Thank you, Hardy," and then he had to not reiterate, but state that this isn't a retirement speech. He hopes to find out the future together with the fans. This brought out Samoa Joe, who apparently wasn't on the ramp, and he comes out and he says, "Sorry for being late. I was backstage popping champagne for a toast." But then I realized I probably shouldn't bring it around and probably shouldn't drink champagne around you, Jeff.
Ouch.
Woo!
Yeah, it was pretty
Ouch.
brutal.
Yikes.
It's true though.
He then continued, and Shane tried to take the mic. He tried to stop him. Hardy was like, no, let him talk. Joe continued and said,
I can't believe
video.
they both disrespected the best in the world like that.
He said the video package was really good. He noted Hardy, but he said it must have been nice for you to watch that, Jeff, because you probably weren't coherent enough to remember most of it. Again, yikes. Joe was amazing.
Good trash talk.
And Joe doesn't want to praise weakness. He said people like Hardy never change, and the demons don't go away. Fantastic promo by Joe.
Yeah,
He just
cuts
keeps.
some of the best
They
right
just
now.
keep handing him stuff, and he just keeps knocking it out of the park. I don't know if he's too over or something, because he's been getting buried lately. He tapped out. He tapped out to AJ at Starrcade, and in their last title match, I think it was at Crown Jewel, he tapped out.
Didn't even watch it.
It was just, they've been burying him, so hopefully, I'm glad that he's getting a feud now too, him and Hardy. That should be interesting. So,
Randy up to these days.
real quickly, who wants to add anything about this?
I thought it was good. I thought it was well done. I mean, this is like two of like the best superstars of all time. I mean, they have history in TNA together, Joe and Hardy, and it's a cool matchup because we know like Jeff Hardy. I mean, he's the crazy daredevil. He flies. You know, Samoa Joe. I mean, for his size, he could fly too. Goes through ropes and everything.
That's true.
Head first, and it's just that I think it's gonna be a really cool feud. I'm just like a little disappointed, like you said, like Samoa Joe has gotten like buried. I mean, he would just be such a great heel WWE champion. Like honestly, like
I think
no one
his
would
time will
touch him.
come. I think his time will come eventually.
I'm just a little confused. Like they could have done something else to get Joe involved in this. I don't think they'd do like a 20 years thing for Jeff Hardy
Yeah,
because actually, when you
agree.
think about it, if it's a 20-year celebration for Jeff Hardy, wouldn't that be more fit for Randy Orton? Because he's a legend killer. So
Yeah, but
they're
he's
telling,
feuding
they're,
with
tell-
Ray.
they're telling the legend of Jeff Hardy. I don't know. I think they could have gone a better way about it. But I mean, this will be an interesting feud because two established superstars, veterans in the business, both connect with their audiences very well. So yeah, it should be interesting.
Next, we had the match that was set up earlier between The Miz and Kofi Kingston. Again, 2008 on SmackDown. Cool. Love to see that.
Let's get it.
I think it was their, literally, I think they said it was their first match in 8 years. In 2010, but still.
They are getting pretty old, so.
This was a very by-the-numbers match.
Stop bringing it up.
Few spots that happened. Miz took off the turnbuckle pad, and then Big E put pancakes over the turnbuckle so that he couldn't use the...
That honestly made the match for me because
That
I
was
literally
good.
wanted to see like Miz or something Kofi run into those pancakes.
And just, yeah, that would have been good.
That's just
And
the
then
greatness of the New Day. I mean, they're like
Exactly.
cartoon, nerdy characters, but they're really cool to get behind.
they can almost do no wrong. I say almost because of the old day segment. We don't need to talk about it. What was the... Oh, Miz tried to use a chair later in the match, and Xavier stopped it. Now, New Day are a great example of having 3 people in a babyface faction and not cheating. Unlike
Lucha
Lucha
House
House
Party,
Party.
if you're listening.
who just gets the handicap matches. Like, what?
No, Lucha House rules. They're not breaking anything.
And to beat the revival.
Stupid. Someone pointed out on the internet that Lucha House Party, when they do their 3-on-2, Michael and Renee are talking about how it's okay because it's Lucha House rules and it's okay. But then an hour later, when Baron Corbin makes a handicap match against Finn Balor, they're all up in arms because it's not fair.
Yeah, right. They start complaining.
Lucha House rules.
Stupid.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
what if
The general
Baron
manager
Corbin-
elect of Raw
Baron
goes.
Corbin was just like, this match is now under Lucha House rule, and McIntyre runs out?
Guys, just remember that Kalisto carries a loot llama to the ring.
Yes, he does. Oh. Kingston hit the Trouble in Paradise for the win. This, yeah, it was a decent match, but it was more about the New Day shenanigans than anything. And this also just furthered the Miz McMahon feud. So afterwards, Miz went into McMahon's office. The trophy was standing next to McMahon, next to Shane, and Miz said he was upset with Shane because he didn't come out there to help against the New Day, and he said the trophy was their child, and he demanded that Shane acted like his partner. What is this feud?
It's a really bad way to like begin a feud or whatever whenever they face off in WrestleMania. But I don't get it. Miz should be used more proper. I mean,
Miz
he's
needs
too
to
good.
get out of
He's
the
so
comedy.
charismatic.
Yeah, he needs to not be a comedy act. I
No.
thought he got out of that, but apparently not.
Now he's like a jobber now. That's like disrespectful to him.
It's
Honestly.
very.
CM Punk needs to come back. And be like, best in the world, huh?
That's not happening ever again.
Then we had Randy Orton, not to WWE.
No.
We had Randy Orton come out and address his action last week. He
Lucha House rules.
he came out carrying Rey Mysterio's mask that he tore off last week. and he said he never understood why the mask is such a big deal, and he learned. He said he never learned the history of the mask, and last week he knocked Mysterio off of his pedestal. Mysterio came out wearing his neck brace. They started brawling around
With
the
the
ring.
new mask. With the new mask.
Yeah,
Was Randy like, where'd you get that?
right. It's like, oh no, where'd you get that new mask? Yeah, they fought around the
It's not
thing.
possible.
Randy ripped off the neck brace, but then Mysterio fought back, hit the 619 twice, and then grabbed a chair. But Orton hit the draping DDT instead when Mysterio was going back in the ring, and then Orton placed the chair over Mysterio's throat and sent him into the steel steps to further the neck injury. So,
Indeed.
I'm actually interested in this feud. I don't know why this Randy
I
character.
was too in 2008.
This Randy character is actually interesting, and Mysterio can still wrestle. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it. I'm at least looking forward to seeing what they do with it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like this Randy Orton. Like, this is like the Randy, like kind of like the legend killer Randy Orton, but like 12 years later.
Exactly.
I love to hate that Randy Orton when I was a kid, and now he's trying to just kill like legends that are, he's a legend too. So it's cool, because you don't know what he's gonna do. He's got that Viper gimmick now. He's crazy. He's kind of an out of control character. So it's exciting just to see what his next move is and what he's thinking.
Exactly. All right, and then to end the show, we had the Battle Royal where Asuka won. So, question for you guys, because we still have 8 minutes. Extra time. What is your guys' opinion on the effect that Shane McMahon has on the SmackDown show? Meaning, SmackDown was decent over the summer while he was gone because the focus was on the wrestlers. And when SmackDown started, when he was named the commissioner, he said the focus would be on the wrestlers, not the authority figures. But every time Shane is here, it seems that he's the main event. He's the biggest story coming out of SmackDown. He's inserting himself in these feuds where wrestlers could be feuding with other people. So I don't know. What is your guys' opinion? We'll start with Little Tyler. What's your opinion on Shane McMahon and the whole
He doesn't need to
SmackDown
be
thing?
there. I don't think. I mean, what they did with him at the World Cup in Saudi Arabia was not necessary. I thought it was really cheesy. I was like, really? What are you doing, WWE? I think it kind of just takes away, from other wrestlers. I mean, you got Paige already, who's an awesome general manager. I love Paige.
She's amazing.
Even as a female general manager, she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She has a great authority to her and kind of just powerful, intimidating, just personality as the general manager. Yeah,
She's
McMahon,
no Vicky
he's
Guerrero.
Really not needed. I mean, wait, what was that, Tom?
She's no Vicky Guerrero.
Excuse me.
No. Don't like Vicky Guerrero, but Shane McMahon, he doesn't really need to be there. I mean, Stephanie, she's really not at Raw, over the last 6 months. So yeah, I don't think Shane McMahon really needs to be there. Only when WrestleMania comes around, if he wants to do a match, okay, bring him in. But that's it.
Interesting fact also, Shane McMahon has been the last man standing for SmackDown on Survivor Series the last 3 years.
Really?
Every Survivor Series, Shane's the last one.
I did
Not-
not know. That was an
no,
interesting
not-
stat.
Not at the one where it was like the first year of
Are you sure about that?
Actually, yeah. He's right.
The first one?
Yes.
because remember
It was
he went to go
Wyatt
set up
Norton.
for the coast to coast and got
Wyatt Norton.
speared
Oh,
out
they
of
won the
Norton.
actual match. That's right.
got speared pretty much out of his
Are you
boots
sure
by
about that?
Roman,
McMahon
and
got-
then it came down to
still the
Wyatt
last 2
and
years though.
Yeah, last 2 years.
Yeah.
McMahon got taken out by Reigns in the first one.
That's
But still.
right. That huge spear. Anyway,
Reigns almost killed him.
yeah, I'm just tired of seeing McMahon. Like, if you want to have, like what Tyler said, if you want to have him come on eventually, sure. Like, he could even, like, fulfill a role. Like, say, like, Paige. I know being a general manager probably isn't that hard, but, like, being a wrestler, though, you still got to travel everywhere. And, like, if Paige wants some time off, like, you could have Shane fill in for a little bit. I'm just so tired of having the authority figures. Just, that's what made SmackDown so great, especially to start off, was because just Daniel Bryan and McMahon, like, hardly feuded. You let Bryan deal with the decisions and wasn't, like, constantly butting heads. And I'm just tired of seeing the McMahons on television. They've been doing it for 20 years, and it's been getting tiring. Like, just push them away for a while.
Big Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, I have mixed feelings on him. I feel like just, I don't know, when he's a good guy, I think it kind of makes it fun, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I like him as a face.
Yeah, I mean,
But like
yeah,
if they turn him heel, it's gonna be
yeah,
like,
he's
what's
fun,
the
but
point?
it's also, I mean, Vince always just likes putting McMahon figures on Joe's. It's just like, I mean, he just likes that vision. So, I mean, I really can't say anything about it, but I mean, yeah, it's all right as long. I really don't know. I have mixed feelings on it. Yeah, that's really all I have to say.
Tom?
It's really confusing for me.
See, I don't know. I kind of mixed on it too. I don't want him winning best in the world or anything like that.
Yeah, true.
But like, if someone took issue with him as an authoritative figure, having that authoritative figure be like, all right, let's get in the ring.
Like they
I've
did with
always,
Kevin Owens.
yeah, I've always liked that. I was just like, all right, fine, let's fight it out. They go, what?
If they do it right, though, because I noticed that Kevin Owens feud, and it seems like this with most Kevin Owens feuds, Kevin kind of seemed to be in the right, where his argument was pretty valid, where Shane kind of was screwing him out of some matches.
Yeah,
You know? So if they do it right, yeah, it is.
yeah.
It's
I
fun.
enjoy that aspect of it. I just don't enjoy the. No, yeah, I'll win best in the world. No, yeah, I'll try and win it for the brand.
For the brand.
So
Yeah. Pretty much. All right, but overall thoughts on SmackDown? We have 3 minutes, so if you give a quick little thing. Overall thoughts on this week's SmackDown?
8 out of 10.
Really-
B show.
Really good show. It was awesome. I like it. I mean, it's like the women division on SmackDown. I think it's like more interesting than the men's. I mean, right now, if you got like Becky, Charlotte, and Asuka now, and Paige, I mean, you could add her. She's a woman, but it's exciting. I mean, there's so many different like storylines that are just different from each other, and it's not dominated by like one storyline like Baron Corbin on Raw. Like he's cheating, and he's affecting the whole show.
Exactly.
So, and then you had pointless matches on Raw, but like SmackDown, I mean, each storyline is really interesting and it's fun to watch.
Cal?
You saw progressions with feuds, baby faces looking smart, pretty much everything that Raw wasn't, and overall just solid show.
Yeah, time you say it.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Give us a follow on Twitter, links in the description down below. And make sure you listen to our podcast, First Round KO, on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher.
Until next time, peace.